I find it very attractive when a man can own their femininity.
When a man is comfortable in their femininity, that shit is sexy.
And
Like, look at Bad Bunny. Come on.
Maybe I'm not that comfortable with that. Like, you
don't have to put the skirt on. Don't you know?
Okay. Maybe that's extreme.
Hey guys, it's your girl Efrangeliz.
Jasmine Balais.
And Kassandra Lee.
And welcome to Look at Us.
Look at us. Why do I wanted to say B after that. I don't know why. Look at us.
B.
But I didn't want to say, yeah.
I got that word.
I really wanted to drop it. I don't know. I felt so natural.
Not the B word.
Yeah. Look at us.
We could do it and then bleep it out. Ready?
Look at us, B. I'm going to just say B.
B. Look at us, B. Then you just sound like you from New York.
Yeah, look at us, B.
Look at us, B.
Yeah, what good? What's good?
Oh, she in her mask.
That's how everybody talk in New York. No matter if you mask or fam.
Is it B? I thought it was
Look at us,
fam.
son.
Look at us,
Oh,
son.
son. It's
Yeah,
son.
I ain't son. Dead ass.
Do they say fam too? Look at us, fam. No.
No, honey.
Son and
I mean,
B.
they do, but
Son,
no.
B.
Son. For sure. Nah, son. Bruh.
Is it offensive when somebody sons you? Like, you got sunned. Is that a thing?
Yeah, they say that, but not. I don't know. Think it's. I don't think it's
not-
like a New York thing. Like
But it's
that.
also not because someone said, like, was
Son,
son.
yeah,
It's being sunned is not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Being sunned is like, you know, kind of like when someone's condescending.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. Like,
You just got son.
Very familiar.
yeah, exactly.
So it's basically Cassandra sons you all the time.
I sun you all the
She
time.
be trying to sun me.
She be
And I'd be like, no, mother.
mother.
I'm glad she followed suit though, so it worked. She was sunned.
She was son. You just got son. I'm gonna start saying that at the crib every time I feel like you got son.
Wow.
She just sunned you.
Yeah, call her out on her sunning because she be trying to sun.
She be trying to sun you.
I only sun if you deserve it.
Oh!
kidding.
She said, "You bitches is my
I'm
son."
about to daughter you.
Come on.
Okay, so now that we sunning each other and we all basking in our clearly our masculine, right now. Some more than most.
I love it.
I love it.
Wow, because I'm wearing a
It's
t-shirt.
giving swaggy. It's
Yeah, like
giving
why is that mask, right? Because you're
Yeah,
in a
what
t-shirt. Isn't that
this
weird?
is mask because it's a t-shirt. It's got Rihanna.
It's got Rihanna, yeah. All the men.
Rihanna's femme.
Yeah,
She's
Rihanna's femme.
She be in her mask too, though.
Yeah, I love
No,
it.
she
Kinda
definitely
sexy.
do.
It's
Yeah,
sexy.
I know.
A sexy mask.
It
Yeah,
is.
definitely a sexy mask.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so what does it
Not
mean?
us all like, yeah, for sure.
Like all wish for
We're all like, anyway, we're on a podcast.
So, what does it mean to be masculine and feminine? to
The
y'all?
actual
What's the difference?
definition, or
Well, we can look up the actual definition.
would love
so
to.
we can
What does it really
not
mean?
get a
yeah.
you know
Because I
corrected on here.
disclaimer: we are not masculine and feminine like
Professionals.
gurus.
Or no,
Yeah.
right? We're just speaking all based off experience.
Yeah, this
We're
is
learning
just-
as we go.
Yeah, we're
This
learning.
conversation is set up for us to also learn from one another. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so masculine energy is characterized by doing and achieving and is molded by logic and reason. So that's what they consider masculine. The feminine is more intuitive, oriented towards receiving and allowing and being characterized by being. So just the state of being, I guess, is more
Interesting.
feminine.
So women are more present than men, basically.
I get that.
Because
That's
men are
very
thinking
true.
about
Hold on.
future and women are
Hold on
thinking
a
about now.
second. Yes, but is feminine woman? Is masculine man?
Oh, well, I guess it depends on.
You know what I mean? Because it's like feminine and masculine are traits that, in some occasion, you know, it's not the rule, can present more in a woman or in a man. But there are some that feminine energy will present more in the gender of a male, and masculine energy can present more in the gender of a female. So I don't want to say a woman or a man. Wow, someone's going crazy. Someone already got mad about the topic.
Sensing
Someone's
toxic
already-
masculinity over here.
So yeah, I can agree. I definitely agree with that some men can be feminine and some women can be more masculine. So it is kind
Right.
of hard to.
And it's not necessarily because somebody's gay or bisexual or
Right.
anything. It's just
100%.
what do you guys consider yourselves? Like, are you masc? Are you femme? Does it depend on the day?
I think it depends on the day. But I feel like I do live more in my masculine energy than I do my feminine energy.
Okay.
What? How? Give me an example. What that's like? What is that?
What, like me throwing on this pink shirt? It just threw me off. This is like, I was like, pink.
She's like, oh, I don't like the way this fits.
It's just like, this is girly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
and it's
feel like I'm not myself.
But you dress girly when you go out. You dress
I dress
sexy.
I think it's more.
Sexy is girly.
Well, yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm girly. Like, where girly is like, to me, like the brights, the pinks, the glitters and the sequins, you know, where it's like
The bows, the ribbons, the
you know, like all that kind of stuff. Like I like the sexy, like the raw,
bold,
the
the black,
yeah,
the edgy, yeah.
the hair wild, you know, whereas in more feminine women, I think they like to wear their hair like more like pin straight or perfect curls. You know what I'm saying? Like they make sure their curls are really, really tight and not frizzy. I like more, everything is just like edge.
Wait, but so you're saying when you have your hair wild and you dressing sexy, that's not feminine? That's masculine?
I don't know that. I'm not saying that it's masculine, but I don't feel like it's completely. I mean, I guess right now. I think we're basing feminine and girly. So I could be. I guess it could be feminine, but I just don't feel like I'm girly. I don't know, because I guess that's feminine. I'm talking about that's an energy. Girly is actually just the way that I don't think I present myself.
So I think maybe what you're saying is because you are a girl, you enjoy girly things, but it presents in a masculine demeanor. So it's like, so it's not like I'm going to be girly, super feminine. I'm a girl, and because I'm a girl, I do enjoy being sexy. I do enjoy wearing skirts and dresses and heels and putting makeup on and doing my hair because you're a girl, so you naturally draw to those things.
Yeah.
But because you have a stronger masculine energy, you dress that up with more of a dominance, with more of a boldness. Whereas I think a feminine energy in a woman that's leading feminine is a little more dainty, is a little bit more, you know, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying this is, I don't want to, you know, I could be wrong, but I relate to you in that way.
So what makes you masculine exactly? Or that you feel makes you masculine?
I think the way I speak, I think just the energy that I present myself with.
Because you speak New York?
Because I speak New York.
So any woman who speaks New York, she masculine.
Well, most New York women are Bronx girls too. You know, like we just be talking like, I don't know, like, you know, you think when you think of a woman, you think more maybe softer, maybe she thinks more before she speaks. She doesn't automatically like me, I'm ready to come at you, like more dominant in the way I speak, I feel like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're more dominant with how you speak. What else?
More, the way I think, the way I move, I guess my ambition, people would consider that more masculine versus like femme, even though I want to learn a feminine approach to like going after my dreams, you know, more relaxed, more trusting, you know, more being.
More present,
more being versus the whole, what I gotta do next, you know? Yeah. So, I'm gonna use that. So yeah, so I think
make
like
a song out of that.
Ever.
Facts. So yeah, I think that's. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch more things that I feel like make me more masculine, but that's what comes to mind right now. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Kass? You masc or femme?
I think I'm such a interesting balance of both, I would say. I think, though, I naturally lean more to, I think I'm masculine to the world, presenting in how I approach the world. But I am feminine presenting in how I approach my relationships, I think. I'm still learning this. I feel like this topic is not easily it's not easy for me to navigate this type of conversation because I've had such interesting partners who have presented this topic of conversation in ways I don't think were healthy. And so I'm learning how to unveil or,
Because they would judge what's mask or femme in
right,
their eyes.
and have an expectation of what was needed. And it's made me question myself a lot. Whereas growing up, I never even thought about masculine or feminine energy. I just was. And now as I'm a woman, now that I'm a single woman, I am by myself. I find myself, when I'm alone, I'm very feminine. I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm going to do like a mask. I don't know, like I'm just present, and very intuitive and although I'm like that naturally, intuitive is something I feel like I lead with, but I'm also masculine just in my approach to my work ethic, my ambition, my execution is very logical, is very planning and how you described masculine from Google. Or your definition. What's masculine? I like yours better. You know what I mean? So I think from the outside looking in, it looks like I'm more masculine. And I think that, that's probably very true. I approach life in a very masculine way, I think.
Well, you've also had to wear the pants, so
yeah,
that puts a kind of like a pressure of masculinity on you in a way.
Yeah. I think there's also, I wonder if I grew up differently, if I would have leaned more towards the feminine energy or not. Because I also think that it's instinctual now at this point. Not because I had to wear the pants in certain relationships that it made me more masculine. I think, yes, that's true. But I also think it has become second nature now because of how I had grown up. I wonder if I grew up slightly different, if it wouldn't be first nature, or am I actually rooted deeply, born this way? You get me?
Well, yeah, probably with like all the martial arts discipline too, maybe.
I think
that
sure.
probably gave you that.
That's one. My father, at a very young age, instilled in me like I could do anything a man can do. He always told me that.
I love that.
Yeah, and he would always. I was always around boys. Always, I was the only girl on my soccer team, the only girl in the karate class. I mean, I had girls in the karate class, but that took a while.
Yeah,
so girls started coming in later, and it was only like 3 or 4 of us, and it was always with the dudes. You know what I mean? And then anytime I wanted to express my feminine energy, I was penalized for it because femininity was sexual. And I remember my stepmom would make sure, I remember her telling me, you're not gonna get pregnant under my watch. Like she was like so adamant about making sure that she raised me till I was 18 and not having any kids or just
I needed her
STDs or anything. You know what I mean? She put it in my head like you're not gonna have sex. Like I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so anytime I had expressed wearing like a shorter skirt or dancing in the mirror and she caught me, like any little feminine thing that I did, I was penalized. Like she would remove the clothes. Any feminine clothes, I wasn't allowed to wear.
Yeah.
And so she would actually take me back to the store and put me in clothes that were baggier to hide my figure. And so then now I'm thinking my curves are wrong. And anytime any of my curves showed as a kid, I was now embarrassed because then I did see how men looked at me and made comments and whispers about my ass or whatever, you know what I mean? So then I became insecure.
Yeah.
And so then I actually did start to become more comfortable in a baggy hoodie and baggy pants. And so it's like something that just, aside from karate, had been structuring me. And then when I was old enough to kind of express my womanhood, I was like about 18, started going to the club, started seeing men be attracted to me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna show leg. Oh, I'm gonna show this. And I started to get more into my femininity as I got older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think because it was so instilled and because of the previous relationships, like it's second nature to lead masculine. But I love being in my feminine bag. And I like to be feminine when I'm by myself and in a relationship, but I think definitely to the world I present.
Masculine,
Yeah,
for sure.
like dominant or whatever. How about you?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
You're
Feminist fuck.
I'm pretty femme, yeah. I am. I mean, but I feel like I'm also, I've been both. Like, I feel like growing up, I had both girlfriends and guy friends. Like, even back in elementary, like, I'd play with the boys. The boys would, like, but it would be like, you know, being chased at recess by the boys. But, like, I was the only girl playing tag with the boys at recess. But, like, always feeling really comfortable with boys, like, around, like, but, like, homies, you know? And so I had that, and then, like, my guy cousins and things like that. But I feel like I mean, I've always been more so a girly girl, yeah. I guess I've just always been really soft is what it is, yeah. But then, like, you know, certain relationships hardened me a little bit, and I realized I was operating from my masculine energy, even in those relationships and outside of them. And like, even a while when I, you know, being newly single, I was very, like, in my mask, like, just maybe it was also like survival mode, you know, it's all of it. And so I'm just like, you know, I'm just thinking about, like, you know, money, or like, how am I gonna, you know, I'm not thinking about, I don't have time to be soft right now. I don't have the heart for it either. Like, so yeah, it's been kind of like a
roller coaster, right?
A roller coaster, but, like, I like playing with both. Like,
yeah,
it's interesting. Even when it comes to like the skits we've done, and I gotta play a guy, and I feel like I can be very much in that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like damn, like, it's almost kind of scary. I
it's
feel
so
like
there.
that's a different character. That's not me. Yeah.
That's how I feel when I be dressing up as, you know, for like lesbian homie and stuff. When I dress up as a stud, I look at myself, like, you saw me get dressed at your crib as a stud. I was like, oh gosh, like, this looks so realistic.
You did.
And I was just like, I just, like, I can't look at myself that way. But yeah, but it is so much fun to play it.
Yeah, just
so
to play
much fun.
with it is, yeah, it's interesting. But I do love I love when I can fully be in my femme, and when I have a partner, like a man who makes me feel safe enough to be fully in my femme and just my soft, because I'm naturally soft. So when I'm not being soft with you, that's a personal problem. That's a you thing.
Right.
That's not, because I'm naturally, at my core, I am so soft.
Yeah.
So as long as I feel safe in the space.
Yeah.
I think I also would like to feel safe in the space to be masculine with a man. I think that men haven't even made me feel like it's okay to be a masculine woman. No, yeah. Like, I think that there's such a expectation for a woman to be so feminine, and, like, I haven't felt safe to be in my masculine energy around a man. I find that they get intimidated. I find that they get turned off even, and it's not like I'm like, come here, man. Like, I'm not doing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Come here, babe.
I'm not talking to a man like masculine. That's not what I mean. But like,
give me that meat.
run me that meat. Yeah. But you know what I mean, in the sense of, like, because I know for sure I'm so neutral with them both. I enjoy being feminine and I enjoy being masculine. I don't think I could be totally feminine and just be happy. I think I would actually be unhappy.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel like I'm 100% myself.
Yeah.
But I know if I'm 100% masculine, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
I need to be able to put on a dress. I need to be able to, like, get cute and go out. Like, I love getting really feminine. I can't be one or the other. It's like such an interesting, almost a 50-50 energy that I feel within myself. And most men, like, if I feel like being in my hoodie and in my sweats and, like, looking like a little boy, like, I be calling myself a little boy when I be in work mode, because I just put the hoodie on and I sit there and I'm just on the computer getting shit done. And I don't want a man to look over and just not make me feel like that's okay.
Yeah, I've never had that. So
I have.
Yeah.
So that's what it's made me question so much.
But was that person fully in their masculine energy? They probably felt, what's the word, emasculated?
Yeah, probably.
Because they weren't fully in their own. So they're looking at you like, oh, I'm intimidated because I'm more so in my femme.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just know, I get shit done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know how to progress. I know how to, like, put my mind to something and obtain it.
Yeah.
And I think that can be intimidating to a man who maybe hasn't been able to do that for themselves. And I don't know. I haven't yet found a man comfortable in their masculinity enough for me to feel safe to express my masculine side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That scares me sometimes. So sometimes like I have to become feminine. And I want to say, hanging out with y'all has made me accept myself more again. Because prior to hanging out with y'all, I was really, really battling this.
Yeah.
Heavy because of...
Battling how masculine you are?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I was battling it so much. It makes me emotional thinking about it.
Because of your past relationships.
Yeah, I felt like something was wrong with me. And so when I would go to like Jersey and see like my homegirls over there, that's when I would be like, man, I just like, I feel like I can just like put my guard down and just relax and just be with my friends and just not have to think about it. But there's something about like LA society and LA culture and just my previous relationships that made me feel like there was something wrong with me, because I don't necessarily like to be fully masculine. Like I just said, I want to be feminine, but I don't like to stay feminine and not have that, the ganas que yo tengo, you know? And so hanging out with y'all made me feel like, oh shit, like there's actually people like me still. Okay, cool. This is not wrong. This is okay. Like, because I never see you both as super masculine or super feminine either. Like I see, yeah. I mean, you're more feminine than us for sure.
But I'm not like super feminine.
No, but you're not so feminine that it makes me feel like, yo, am I being a whole dude here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have moments where I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of girls that I've met in LA culture that they're so feminine. They're so feminine. I'm just like,
And
I
you
don't even fit
feel
here.
like judged by them basically because they're so feminine and you feel like out of place.
I don't know if I feel judged by them or if there's been such a narrative that's been built in my mind from the past few years that I come insecure to the situation. I can't say that these women are judging me. I can't say that. I don't know if they are. But I definitely know I have a narrative I'm breaking. Every day I'm trying to break it so that I can be 100% myself again.
No, yeah, I could feel you on that because I feel like that's like my current struggle. It's like trying to decide if not even decide, but like I want to be more feminine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be okay in my feminine energy, and I feel like I live in my masculine a lot, like where like not even showing emotion, you know, like certain things that like, granted I wouldn't say it all came from a certain relationship. I think it came up also from my upbringing. You know, I didn't have like super affectionate parents. So my dad is very like he was loving in the sense like he always let us know, I love you guys, and he was very affectionate when we were kids. It's like after a while it just wasn't like affectionate, but he always let us know how much he loved us. But I didn't have parents who were like super touchy, super cariñoso. Like, no, my mom is not like that. My dad is, you know, after a certain age he's not like that with you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I think not seeing that and then seeing people who are like that, like nowadays sometimes makes me feel like, oh, it's something, like kind of how you felt, it's something wrong with me, you know? And then I just gotta, and then sometimes I have to talk to myself and be like, no, nothing is wrong with you, like you're just not that, and that is okay. But like I have that mental battle with myself sometimes where it's like, oh my god, I need to be more this, I need to be more softer, I need to show emotion more, I need to, and I'm driving myself nuts because I'm like, okay, well, this is because you live in your mask so much. You need to stop being a man. You know, you're a little boy inside. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that battle. And I think, well, I know that it comes from not ever feeling safe. Since I was a child, I never felt safe.
Safe in what way?
In like home. And it's crazy because I journaled this morning or like yesterday.
Wow.
So it's crazy that we're even going as deep as this. But I journaled like there has been no time or place where I have felt like this is home within myself or in any place that I've been. Like I never fully relax, if that makes sense.
That's so interesting. Okay, I have two questions to that. But before I ask the questions, the first one's actually just a thought. Hearing you say that as your friend, I feel that way about you. You know what I mean? Like when sometimes I watch you and I see not like, maybe it's like this, like there's like an unsettlingness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're always looking for a destination.
Yeah.
You're always looking for something. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what you're going through. And I don't even know how to articulate it. But then you said, it's like, oh, okay, this is what I've been kind of seeing within you. And it's just like
she's searching for home, kind of.
Yeah, like there's always like, this isn't like this. Is it like, sometimes I question if you even feel as 100% comfortable around us as I feel with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where I literally am just like, yeah, I found my girls. I'm good. Like, y'all are my friends. I'm good. And I really see this lifelong. Sometimes I feel like I'm not sure you feel that way.
Same,
You know what I mean?
honestly. Low key, high key.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. And it's not like a pressure to feel that way.
Right.
It just makes sense now, because what's happening internally is you're still trying to understand yourself, and if it's something that you want to let go here in this space.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then you save it. I'm going to save it till I feel like I can let it go. So then you plant yourself somewhere else and you look around, is this the space where I want to let it go? And you're still not sure, and you're still not sure. So then you're like, maybe not. And then you plant yourself somewhere else. So you're just holding on to you and not fully letting it go. But I wonder, if you were to let it go, will you actually embrace yourself through the challenges of learning whether it's a safe space or not? You know what I mean? Like, even if it isn't a safe space and you do, and maybe it wasn't, that uncomfortableness that you let someone that fully in, and you're mad that you did because it wasn't a safe space.
Yeah.
You might actually embrace yourself even more that way than protecting it for so long.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Yeah.
So you're saying she's guarded?
I mean, everybody knows that.
No, yeah, I guess, but I don't even consider it as a guard.
And I don't know when my defenses got so like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they locked up.
It was
so
probably
heavy.
everything.
Yeah, it's definitely like, a contribution of a lot of things that happened. But I have had groups of friendships where I have been, not saying like, oh, this felt like home, but like I have been able to just be like, okay, relax. I can be completely myself. And then obviously things happen and then it didn't work out, or, you end up being like, all right. All right. Now it's like, is this the click? Is this the click? So it's interesting that you guys feel that way, but I could see that where it's like, like I'm unsettled. Like I do question, like,
I feel like you have like a doubt in your mind, like.
But and it's not necessarily about y'all. I think
we don't take it personal.
No,
like, we're aware of it, but
Yeah.
I don't think either of us take it personal.
Yeah, I think it's more so me navigating like who I am, who I want to be, where do I align, who aligns with me, like, and I'm still trying to figure that out because I don't know. Sometimes I question certain things and I'm just like, God, does this align with me? Am I forcing certain things? Am I forcing certain friendships? Am I forcing a lot of things? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the unsettling. Yeah, because it's like, am I in the right,
I think that's what it is. I think you're so concerned with, is this right for me? Is this towards the vision you have for me, God? Is this where I'm headed? And I don't want to get too attached to something, because if it isn't, I have to let it go.
Exactly.
And I don't want to have to deal with that feeling or pressure. So I'm just going to kind of be standoffish just in the case that this isn't what you have for me, God.
Exactly. And I think about that a lot because I'm very intentional, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm very intentional with everything that I do. So sometimes I don't even want, like you said, I don't want to attach myself, because if God is gonna ask me to let it go,
If he's going to uproot you.
or like pull me away, because there's been times when I have fought against certain things. Why do I have to leave these people? Versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't they have, why doesn't someone else have to leave them? Why do I keep having, you keep pulling me up from certain situations and friendships and things like that. I think we're veering off far from
we
the
are,
masculine
but
stuff
no,
like that.
but it's still the same.
But yeah, it's like everything that I do, like I ask God, right?
Yeah.
Everything. So like there's nothing that I want to touch or be a part of that I'm like, God, are you sure this is what I'm supposed to be doing? And if it's not,
Let me know.
Let me know ASAP. So when my spirit is like, I have a lot of questions. Like, is this you, God? Why is there so much confusion, right? If it's you, it's not supposed to come with confusion, right? When it comes to confusion, we know who the author of that is. So it's like, okay, where's the confusion? Is it me or is it because I'm trying to be somewhere I'm not supposed to be?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm always conflicted, I feel like, within myself.
I feel that. That makes absolute sense. I find it interesting. I don't want to veer off, but I want to like retouch this conversation with you because like two things came into mind, but then it's just going to take us to a whole different.
Damn it. I'm moving with intention. That's the one.
Maybe we'll talk about it there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Maybe we'll talk about it there. I hope not. I hope I don't forget what I want to say to you though.
Yeah.
Okay. So question. Do you think that one of those energy traits are more powerful than the other?
In our lives per se, or you mean like to society?
Okay, let's go societal and then for yourself.
As far as masc and femme?
Yeah, do you think a masculine energy is more powerful than a feminine energy? Do you think a feminine energy is more powerful than a masculine energy? Do they compete? Does one win?
I think to society, the masculine energy is definitely more powerful. Like they make it more powerful. You know, they always say the men, which is automatically tying obviously masculinity to a gender. You know, but society does. You know, even if we know beyond our years and all this stuff, you know, society does paint men as masculine. And I feel like they do think that men are better or more powerful or should be in charge. But I do think that there's a reason that they want to press that narrative so heavily, and I think it's because they know that the feminine power is actually way more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because we give life. That's the most powerful thing.
This
ever.
is the portal.
This is the portal.
We have the portal to your life.
So they have to press the masculine energy. I think there's, I don't really know, but I think there's like a super deep dark reason that they do this. Hidden, no conspiracy, but conspiracy, you know, but a little conspiracy at the same time.
So would you say that societal, you think masculine is what the world roots for, but you in your personal life, you say you believe feminine is actually the more powerful one?
I think so, because like I said, I've been operating with a masculine energy, I feel like, most of my life, and I feel like there is this yearning to want to be feminine, and there is a reason for it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this constant striving, achieving, pushing has been tiring and exhausting. And I think if I rest in my feminine, or anybody or everyone, even men, in the just being, right? Like that Google said, there's something more powerful that comes with being just relaxed and surrendering, because with feminine, it's just surrender. It's
a receiving.
It's a receiving. That's the feminine. The masculine is not receiving. They're achieving. It's getting. So I feel like if we all rested in the femininity with no genders, what could we allow God to do in our lives? You know?
Yeah. It's almost like the masculine energy is hindering, in your life.
In my life, at least.
Hindering.
Yeah, I feel like.
Hindering you from reaching a potential you have yet to accomplish or to fulfill. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that spoke to me. How about you? What do you think? You think one is more powerful?
I mean, same, as far as like society definitely paints masculinity as being, you know, powerful, stronger, you know, machismo culture. But yeah, there's definitely a reason that they're trying to keep us down, hold us down, and then control us, and you know, we don't have rights to our bodies and all this bullshit. Because why are they trying to have so much control? There's an agenda all the time. But I definitely also feel like pussy is power. I'm sorry. Pussy is power. You know, who said it? I think it was Betty White. I'm not sure who said it. She said why have, I don't have balls. It's not about having the balls to do something. Balls are weak. Balls are weak. It's pussy that's strong. That shit can really take a pounding. You know?
Oh, God, that's so
Might have to beep it out. I don't know.
It's true.
No,
But it's true. It's like men talk about, yeah, you ain't got the balls, but it's about having the because that shit takes a pounding.
That's hilarious. I'm so weak. That's so funny.
And that just stuck with me like, they have a point there. But you know, the is so fragile. But you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, not to get completely off topic, but like but yes.
It's like we're just talking about sex now.
we take it. We take the poundings, we take the beat downs, not just down there, but here we take so much shit from the masculine, from men, just daily, like whether it's emotional or physical, you know, like we are taking it, we are receiving it, but at the same time, we're the ones that are giving the life, we are bringing life, like, and it's just. And look at, I mean, Mother Nature is feminine. Yeah. Mother Nature is all around us. Mother Nature it's where we live. It's where we reside in Mother Nature. Like before we had to put clothes on and shit.
Yeah.
But also you can't have one without the other too. Yeah. So I'm not saying like, oh, you know, it's women are all end all be all, you know, but I also feel like God can be both. When you know, I know we always speak of God being he and da da da, but who's to say God can be a woman? God can be. It could be both. Who knows?
But God is he's an energy.
It's an energy. It could be masculine and feminine.
I am.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. I agree with that. I think that you need them both. I think that there's a reason they both exist. I think that, you know, one person may present more with an energy versus the other, but you're so needing of them both. And if you can't pull the other energy from within yourself, I think it's important to surround yourself with people who have the opposite energy and that you can trust in that to help guide and navigate the direction you're looking to go in. Because to be solely masculine without a feminine trait, how far can you actually go?
Exactly.
And to be so feminine without masculine traits, how far can you actually go? So it's like, me, I feel so, again, it almost feels so 50-50 within myself. It's like the weirdest thing. But I would love to find someone who, when one day one is leading more, can also have that other balance, and then, or versus the other, you know, like there has to be such a trusting, right? Because you could be so feminine and then it turns into something else where it becomes weaponized, or masculinity can become weaponized. It's like, how do you allow those traits to exist and trust that they are flowing within good energy, and it comes from the source that it's coming from? Is it coming from a place of love? Is it coming from a place of peace? Is it coming from a place of progression and forward movement rather than control and manipulation, right? But if we can find, if one, you can raise yourself up to have that natural flow of energy, and then find a person with the opposite natural flow of energy, I think that something beautiful can really happen and be created. So I don't think one is better than the other. I think they're just so needing of each other. And if we could lean on each other for whatever you don't have, I think that the world could just really go forward in a better way. But it's hard, because the older you get, the more shit you go through, the more tainted experiences you have. So then the more guard you start to have, the more pushback you start to have. And so then now you're trusting and you're questioning and you're doubting and you're unsure and all these things that you have to break through to then get back to a place of when you were a child, when you just naturally trusted your own energy and those that came around. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get back to that place.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. You didn't really question it. And when you met a new kid, you didn't question them.
Yeah, you're just curious.
You're just curious, and it was just this natural flows. Like, oh, you can't pick that up? I will. Whether it was a boy or a girl doing it. You know, you want to play with this? Cool. I want to play with you too because you're cool.
Yeah.
Like, there was no, like, what's your hidden agenda? You know, oh, I don't like that you did that because you're a girl or you're a guy. It's like there was just this natural flow of each other's energies.
Yeah.
And then society makes you feel like, you can't, no. You got to
Right.
be more like this.
They're trying to separate us, guys. Don't let them separate us.
And like, it's absolutely okay if one energy presents itself more and you're not of the gender that society claims should have that energy. And I don't think we should judge someone for that.
Yeah.
You know, and it has nothing to do with sexuality. I think they take femininity, masculinity, compare it to gender, and then they compare it to sexuality. And it's like, why are we so limiting on these boxes? You know what I mean? Like, God is limitless. God just creates. Who are you to say that this was created completely wrong? You have no idea. What if it was created perfect to present an example that needed to wake you up? You know what I mean?
You
like,
ain't got the answers.
you ain't got the answers. I don't got the answers. No one has the answers. It's just like, why can't we just be and allow people to be? You know what I mean? Like,
So at what point do you guys think that femininity becomes manipulation? Where it becomes, you know, toxic femininity?
That's a good one. Perhaps
Have
when
you,
you actually have you what?
I was going to say, have you ever used your femininity to manipulate? Like, can you think of a time when you've used that to manipulate someone?
I don't think I've. Well, let me not say that because somebody would be like, "Actually, you did," but
she's like, I'd never.
I have never.
Not
you know,
purposely.
not purposely, but I think if it had to be, if anything, I feel like it would be to be like, oh, you're the man of the house, you do this. I'm the woman of the house, so I should be doing this. I feel like that's pretty toxic because then it's like, no, actually, we should all just be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think if that's the way if that's what the question means, that's the way that I can think about it, where it's actually placing your gender on what you should be doing because of society. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. Not really sure.
Yeah. Can you define femininity and masculinity one more time for me?
Yeah, so the masculine energies, the doing, the achieving, molded by logic, reason. Feminine is more intuitive, oriented towards receiving, allowing, being. These energies are balanced. When they are balanced, we experience a greater sense of harmony and fulfillment.
Facts.
It's the harmony that we missing.
Yeah.
Harmony. I love that word. Have I? And the question was, have I used my femininity to manipulate?
Yeah. At what point is it manipulation? Have you used it for manipulation?
At what point it's manipulation is potentially if you are coming with the intent to control an outcome, right? With an agenda to control an outcome. And if you're using the feminine or masculine trait to force the outcome to be in the expectation you have for yourself without the care of anyone else, is when it becomes manipulation on either side of the spectrum. I think that feminine energy just manipulates in a different way than masculine energy. I think masculine energy comes a little bit more forceful. Femininity may come a little bit more sly, a little bit more, a little smarter, but
Right.
not that one is smarter. I'm just saying, like, feminine energy is so sly.
Yeah.
If it has an agenda to control. And have I ever done that? I can't say I've never done that. I don't think I've done it intentionally, except once I did. Actually, yeah, once I did. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, and we've talked about it in a previous episode. It was me testing myself, and I know I shouldn't have done it, and I don't think I ever will because I don't like to be a bad person, and I own up to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it always falls down to the intention, right? God always says it, in the scripture too. It's like He doesn't look at the outward of what someone is doing necessarily. It's the intention of the heart, because we're gonna fall short. Period. We're human. We are imperfect beings. But what is the intention that is leading the choices that you make? And if that intention is rooted from a place of evil, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
But if there is no evil and ill intent, then there's just a awareness that needs to be learned.
Yeah.
You know? I talked a little bit about me and my family and how it's molded my femininity and masculinity. But have you guys felt like your upbringing has molded your masculine and feminine energies at all?
I mean, kind of similar to what E was saying when you said you've always kind of been on like survival mode growing up. I feel like there were many times throughout my childhood, probably moving houses back and forth between my tia, my grandma, and my mom. Like I was all over the place as a kid growing up, like switching schools every year. And that made me feel kind of very similar to what you were saying, like always kind of like on survival, on edge, on like okay, am I going to stay here? Where is this home? I don't know. Do I get comfortable? Constantly having to also just adapt to a new environment every time. And, you know, it helps. It's helped as an adult. Thank God it came in handy with adapting, and I use that for acting. But it's also made me very much, I feel like, growing up, like kind of in my masculine, to where I also felt like I wasn't very girly. Even today, sometimes I question it. And there was like a guy that I was kind of dating, I guess. He was looking at my closet and he's like, you have a lot of girly things. I love it. Like, you're very, like, looking at my clothes. I'm like, I do? You think I'm girly? He's like, oh yeah, you're so girly. I love it. I'm like,
you are
girly.
Am I? Yes. I'm like, I literally was like questioning. I'm like, I'm girly?
Yeah, you're really girly.
It's so funny. Like it comes out like when we're gonna go work out, and it's like what you wear versus like what me and E would wear, or like we're gonna go to the grocery store, what you wear versus what me and E would wear is very different.
EFRAN be working out.
No,
cute.
not that.
She's looking cute when she works
not that
out.
she doesn't have moments where she does work out cute. You know, I'm not saying that she doesn't. I'm just saying, like, I think in more cases than not, you'll come more feminine to certain things than I or EFRAN will.
Yeah.
As far as the societal, right, structure of what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. It just naturally is.
It's so funny because so you're saying you guys definitely think I'm feminine. So I don't know. It's just funny. I mean, I guess,
but you're a different feminine than what I've experienced. That's made me feel insecure about whether I'm feminine enough or not. You're not feminine to the sense of like super dainty and like woe is me. I don't even want to say that femininity is woe is me.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not what I mean. But like, you know, dainty, completely receiving is what I should say. Completely receiving. I'm not going to do much. I'm receiving most.
Yeah.
It's feminine energy. I nurture and receive. You're not that in that way.
You don't think I'm dainty, bro?
Whoa.
How'd you turn to man?
Holy shit. Jazz, are you still there?
She left.
Jazz, are you still here? No, I think that you're feminine in how you present. This is what I was gonna say before. Y'all both, when I first met y'all, I felt like y'all both present more feminine.
Present more feminine.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I really am.
And then when I get to know you,
Yeah.
I see how there is a masculine nature within you both that I didn't realize was there until I actually got tighter with you, which is what made me feel more comfortable. I was like, oh, cool, okay, I could be a little more masculine too. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like it made me feel a lot more comfortable. So you're definitely not so feminine that you're like unable to relate to a masculine energy.
No, I feel like I've definitely related to both. I mean, I'm still learning how to do my makeup. Like I'm that's how ungirly I be feeling. I'm like, okay, so how you contour, how you do this? I'm still trying to get my femininity together.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to fashion, I be feeling like I'm not like femininely fashion enough, and I be asking y'all for help.
Yeah, but I don't think that. I think that's more so probably because you still don't know how to maybe like just be super fashionable yet, versus it being that you're not girly enough. Yeah, because I feel like you're very girly. I feel like you're just super girly. Yeah, but maybe you just haven't learned yet how to be fashionable. Because fashionable, sometimes that is a talent.
Within your fashion.
Yeah, that's a talent.
Within your fashion.
Not my forte.
Yeah, within your fashion, you present more feminine.
Yeah.
And as you learn how to be more fashionable, I think it'll continue to lead in a feminine way.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I think what also helped with my femininity is seeing my mom. The times that I did grow up with her, she was always very fashionable. She always had like, oh, you know, Coco's clothes. She's got so much style, and she always had compliments. So I always looked at her like I would wear my mom's clothes when I was too small to fit in them, and her heels. And I always like, you know, I want to be a woman. Like it was inspiring to see her. And like I remember like she had me take photos of her in her bikini, and I was just like, oh my gosh, my mom's so pretty, and like, and it just inspired me to be a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was very cariñosa with me too. Like she always like play with my hair and stuff. So I loved that, and that made me get in touch with my feminine side for sure. I think.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that she was like that.
Do you have memories of when you saw something and you latched onto a masculine energy, or saw something and latched onto a feminine energy, how she just described?
I do. I actually, yeah. I think I latched on more to my masculine energy also because growing up, my mom dressed me and my sister. First, my dad used to dress me like a little boy.
Really?
He did. He wanted a
You
little
got
boy.
photos?
So yeah, I have photos. So I was just always in baggy little boy, like little kid clothes. It's like he brought us the worst Skechers, like stuff like he did buy us Jordans and stuff like that, but he wanted a boy, I think, and he didn't want us to dress a certain way. So, but my mother used to dress me and my sister like twins.
Hilarious.
So we would always have the same fit. We're not twins. We're a year and 8 months apart.
She's like, for the record.
You know, and I remember us, she claims that I'm the one that wear pink and my little sister's the one that wear blue. I remember it the other way around, but she says I did wear pink and my little sister wore blue. So I think at some point I hated being dressed like a twin so bad that I became I need to be like the masculine one. Because my sister, who's the one that got the blues and the purple version of the twin sets, she's the sequin girl. She's the fashion girl. She's like you've seen her. She's like the pin straight hair. She's like the Kardashian, like the little black Kardashian. She is, you know.
We love her. She's so cute.
It's interesting because of her perspective of it growing up.
Have you guys ever talked about that?
We briefly touched on it. We couldn't agree on some certain things, and so we haven't touched back on it. I want to touch back on it with her to see how she.
We should bring her on the podcast.
Bring her on the podcast. Yeah, I don't know if she'll do it, but yeah, I think that like that memory of like always dressing us like twins, and I think that's probably when I started. Oh shit!
You need a back, girl? You got a back for it?
I got a back. You need an eraser?
Yeah, what you need?
I think that's honestly probably when I started to hate pink.
Oh wow!
Because of how much you try to make us twins.
You wanted to be an individual so much?
I wanted to be an individual so much, and you kept making us. Dude, we're not the same age.
Yeah.
You know, like my sister had the Sweet 16, and my mom wanted to have it together. We're a year and 8 months apart.
I'm dead.
She wanted twins so bad.
So basically, no, she just didn't. I guess she probably just didn't want to pay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you turning 16. Y'all both turning 16.
Exactly. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be 17, almost turning 18 by this point. But yeah, I think that memory of that, and then growing up, my dad was always monitoring what I'm wearing. So like, I would go to Catholic school and he would buy the skirts that went all the way down here.
Yeah, because he didn't want nobody to sexualize.
He didn't want nobody to sexualize him, but what he didn't know was when I was getting into school, I was rolling thing up.
For sure.
So my skirt was here by during the whole school day. When my father was pulling up, I never knew when he was pulling up. So roll down, and then it would be like parent teacher conference, and then the people were like, "Wait, that's not the skirt you had on."
You're like.
And it was kind of like how you said, like your stepmom, you said like not let you just do certain feminine things, and it's like I would try to be. My dad saw me putting on makeup. What are you putting on makeup for? You're going to school. I'm wearing colored contact. Take those things, you know. Yeah. So it's like I really couldn't be
as feminine as you wanted.
Yeah,
to
I
be.
mean, I was feminine. I was more feminine way back when, I would say, for sure. Like then, like I would try to school to fit. I mean, I always hung out with the popular kids. I was one of the popular kids.
Oh,
at
you
school.
heard, yo?
I was. You know, I was
popular.
Okay, Miss Popular.
I was with the popular kids, so I was always like trying to make sure, you know, like I stayed cute and stuff like that. But my energy was always masked. I feel like, you know.
I remember a time for me where like the first time I understood this term, I don't even know how the conversation got brought up, but I'm like putting clothes on, and then you hear the adults talking, and I don't even know how they got to this topic, but they're like, no, yeah, see, she is a tomboy, and I just remember hearing that, and I was just like, huh? And they're like, yeah, you're a tomboy, and I remember being told I'm a tomboy, and I was like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be a tomboy. I didn't know that I was. Like, it was
Did you even know what it was, though?
I didn't even know what it was. And then when they explained
like
it to me,
they said boy.
And then when it was explained to me, I was mad that that's what I was. And then someone helped me, like, oh, but it's not bad. Like, you like this, and I was like, okay, yeah, I do like those things, so maybe it isn't bad. But I remember being like defined for the first time, and I remember that feeling and not liking that feeling. And then I remember also like seeing my stepmom put like lipstick on, and me being like, wow, like I can't wait to put makeup on. I was afraid to ask if I could shave my legs.
Oh yeah,
like I was afraid to do anything. Can I put nail polish on? I was so afraid to express any feminine thing because of how like no, like I made my sister ask my stepmom.
Yeah,
I say, you ask her for me.
Yeah,
You've been deprived of your femininity, girl.
Yeah. And then when I would go visit my mom, because I didn't grow up with my mom, my birth mom. When I would visit her, oh man, I was obsessed with her feminine energy.
Yeah,
I adored her feminine energy. I have memories of like driving down from Jersey to Florida, like her in the car singing her heart out to Alicia Keys, and I'm like, it's the middle of the night, and I just like wake up and look over. My mom's so beautiful, just expressing herself, and I'm just like, I want to be that, or like she'd be like, Chachi, she calls me Chachi, like, Chachi, I'm gonna go take a bath, or like, or she'll be in the bath and be like, Chachi, can you pass me? And then like seeing her naked, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, like a woman, like I can't wait to be a woman, or she'd be like, I'm gonna put a movie on, I'm gonna go out with the girls, like, and I see her get dressed up and put her heels on and look so beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait to go out with my girls and look beautiful. Like, just my mom made me want to be so feminine. Not that it wasn't of me. It inspired me. It created a desire to express that. And every time I would come back from my mom, I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to express it. Yeah. But like, I definitely feel like those moments were engraved in me. So when I had the chance to express them, I feel like I am very much my mom in such a feminine energy.
Yeah.
And I think I'm very much my dad in a masculine energy. I'm very much the both of them.
Yeah, same. I would say the same. Yeah.
It's really weird. It's like really weird. And like, I'm told I look almost 50-50 in both, which is interesting. I look so equally like you both, and I act so equally like you both. So weird.
Yeah.
My dad gave me a mullet when I was 5.
Where's the photos?
No.
I need to see these photos. I want photos of you dressed like a little boy and you with a mullet. I need these photos.
I was so mad. And I asked him later as an adult, because that was later. That was when I lived with him and I hadn't seen him for like, I don't know, 15, 20 years or something. And I was like, why did you give me that mullet when I was 5? Why would you do that to me? I was a little girl. And he's like, oh, I thought it was cute. I thought it was kind of cool. It's different.
He had a young boy on his.
He wanted a boy. He wanted a boy.
I think dads just are afraid of their daughters being sexualized, so they just like.
But I was 5.
That's true, because my father used to, honestly, this is kind of maybe TMI. He used to make me put powder in my panties. Did you guys have to put powders?
For what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get what that was about.
Well,
I don't know if that was.
It wasn't to keep it dry. I don't think that was the necessary. Well, what age was he telling you to do this? Hold on.
This is like all the way up until like I was like a teenager. When you're a teenager at 13, so it had to be maybe up to like 10, 11.
I mean, is that okay for your pH?
Definitely not. And also, baby powder, the one that you was using back then, had a lot of. We all know. You know what I mean? There's a lot of
Johnson.
Yeah, there's a lot of talc and
put powder in there. And
yeah, that's not good for you.
And now thinking back, I'm like, is it because you wanted to keep me dry? So
no, definitely not.
Why? What's the point?
No, because odor. My grandma, because my grandma was who taught me how to bathe myself and get myself dressed, and that was part of the routine.
Yeah,
put powder. Like that was like make her smell good, odor. Yeah, like.
Oh, okay, so it's odor.
It was odor. I mean, but you could also call him and ask just to be sure.
I'm not calling my dad.
Yo, you remember when you had me put baby powder in my panties, Dad?
My dad sends a picture today in the family group chat.
Oh, I want to see.
And it's like, yeah, it's him. He's like maybe 12, 13. And he's like this.
Yeah. And you're like, I look just like
I was
you.
like, were you mad here too?
Thanks. So you were always mad, huh, Dad?
No response. No response whatsoever.
man.
But it was like, wow, you really have been mad all your life.
Wow. I wish y'all watch. If you're listening to this, please tune in to the visuals because I need y'all. I need y'all to count in the comments how many times our earring falls out.
The earring is saying, you are not supposed to be in your femme. Stay in your mask.
No earrings.
It's so funny. Wait, so you guys would say more mask, more femme, in between.
What do you think? What do y'all think?
You're
That's just how I
definitely more
feel. I'm more mask.
Your energy is more mask.
I'm more mask
I'm
presenting.
not saying, yeah, mask presenting,
I
but I
am.
feel like, yes, you do dress like feminine. You know how to be soft. You know how to be vulnerable. You do know how to be be feminine.
Yeah.
But your energy presenting is definitely
when I'm out
mask.
when I'm out in the world, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I have to accept
okay
it. Like
with
I may have days where I want to present feminine to the world, but like I think the presenting of it comes from the martial arts
And everything,
and
yeah.
being a leader and being, the leader of even in my family, my siblings. I was the one taking care of everything.
So you're saying mask is more leadership than is femininity not leadership, not leader at all?
Yes, it's not technically, I guess. not
According to those definitions, they aren't. I don't like that's what it is because I feel like, why can't I be feminine and a leader? But right. I guess if we're trying just to understand the energies, according to Google, I think it says that. Yeah. And and like biblically speaking, well, this goes by gender. Yeah. Like they would always say, I don't even know if it's biblical, but I would hear pastors say this all the time. Like, like the man is the head of the household. You know what I mean? And like, I would always say, well, the woman is the neck. Mm-hmm. And the head can't go nowhere without the neck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And it's like, yeah, you can logically lead, but you need the intuition to know which way to go.
Right. Yeah. Behind every man leader, there's his wife who is...
Behind every strong man is
a even
really
more powerful woman.
Right.
Is like the saying.
Like
and
it's something like that.
Yeah. I just think you need both energies, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think I present the world masculine. Because cuando yo estoy en la casa, yo estoy así.
Just chilling. So what do y'all think makes a man feminine?
I guess the definition you described.
Intuition.
In touch with his feelings and
emotions, vulnerable probably. Right.
But a man being feminine or having a feminine energy, I think he needs to have a healthy balance of it. I feel like every masculine macho man should have some feminine energy in them and get in touch with that.
I find it very attractive when a man can own their femininity.
When a man is comfortable in their femininity, that shit is sexy. And like, look at Bad Bunny. Come on.
Oh, maybe I'm not that comfortable with that.
You don't have to put the skirt on. Don't you?
Okay. Maybe that's extreme, but you know what I mean.
No.
Not that part.
No, yeah. In my the way I would describe a sexy man owning their femininity is being able to be emotional, being able to be vulnerable, being able to let me lead something. When it's like, now baby, you got it. Like, or just being comfortable. I think it's actually so masculine to do those things. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It makes you even more masculine.
Yeah, and it makes me even more attracted. Like, that's what makes me go like, oh, I want to jump on you. You know what I mean? Like, I actually am more turned off by someone who's so pseudo-masculine. Yeah. I get turned off. Yeah. I'm like, I don't even want it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That, like, if it's just, like, on some, like, I'm the man, I do this, I know everything, and I trust me, baby, you know I got it. It's like, I want to trust you, and I want you to have it, but you don't sound like you having it. You sound like your ego has it, and your ego is not my amigo. Yeah. Okay?
Your ego is not my amigo.
It's not my amigo.
Like, it is. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just like, when a man can just own, I don't know everything. Hey, baby, I'm gonna lead, I got us. Trust, and I see the work that you're putting in trying and being the best leader that you can possibly be. But a man who can be like, baby, I need your help.
Yeah.
I don't understand what I should do. I need you to help. That shit is sexy to me.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh
really
my
sexy.
goodness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even a woman too, like a woman who's in her masculine, who's ambitious and hungry. And like, I think I actually am like, wow, someone who has such a healthy balance of both is what I'm actually most attracted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's
what I'm
about
learning.
having both, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure, you know.
But I definitely want a man to have more masculinity. And I want a woman to
100%.
have more
Yeah.
I want a woman to have more femininity.
Yeah.
I don't think that they need to be attached to gender. This is my personal preference. I'm 100% okay with the man being feminine or a woman being masculine. I know that I'm just not naturally leaned and attracted towards that. is
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
exactly.
But I fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah.
What makes a woman masculine?
And I think it's going back to what she says. It's like leadership, achieving, striving, being ambitious. Kind of like all the things we're doing, chasing a dream, you know,
Logical planning.
going, go-getters, hustlers.
I want to get more in touch with that part of my masculinity. As far as like leadership, I'm feel like I'm becoming more comfortable with it now. The more I like collaborate with people and like the projects that I've directed and things like that, like just being more comfortable in my masculine to trust myself and know like I can be a leader. I can do that. Like just because I'm so soft doesn't mean I can be like a hard ass and you know and wear the pants and like I could do both.
You can. You take your feminine energy as the trust that you're incredible to take anything that you desire and create. That feminine energy, that discerning, that intuitive trust is what allows me to know what I'm leading is right. And then I take my masculine energy to create the plan, to create the logical plan according to this human experience that we have to abide by. And then I create the plan. But I don't feel confident leading without my feminine energy.
Right.
100. Like I feel like I'm 10 times of a better leader when I'm feminine.
Yeah.
But I am great at execution because of my masculinity.
Exactly.
You know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Would you say you have big dick energy? what is
BDE?
yeah, what is big dick energy?
Interesting. Let's
is it?
Google it. Let's
Google it. That's hilarious.
I would say you do.
Me? I feel like big dick energy can be a bad thing, no? Isn't it a bad thing? Is that a
I
good
guess
thing or a
it
bad
could,
thing?
it could be. I guess it's perception.
I heard that if someone has big dick energy, it's because they probably have a small.
Someone with big dick energy is someone with a relaxed confidence in themselves. They're not shy or
that's what it
quiet,
is. Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
not arrogant either. And
Yeah.
they're certainly not overcompensating for anything. If you have big dick energy, you might walk with a bit of an attitude, but it's not try hard.
Oh, okay. That's the
It's
opposite.
not arrogant.
That's the
Yeah.
opposite.
It's just
the
like
person,
confident in yourself.
the person who's arrogant is the one who has the small one, right? The one
Yeah.
who's overcompensating. The
That's
Napoleon
more so
complex.
little dick energy.
Napoleon
Yeah.
complex
Yeah.
is the little
Yeah, Napoleon complex is different. Yeah,
is little dick energy. Okay, so BDE is more so you ain't even got to show out. You chilling because you know you got it.
And I love a man who has that.
Same.
Like
Love
just
it.
natural.
Just be chill.
Yeah, you don't gotta show out
Nothing.
or be like overpresent. There's
yeah.
nothing you have to do in this space
Yeah.
to show who you are.
Right.
Because who you are, I'm already questioning because you're over there and your energy is so heavy that I'm
Yes.
like, who
Shows
are you?
in their
Yeah.
demeanor, their actions.
Exactly.
I think BDE has the femininity behind it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
like
it
there's
has
like
the
a
legs.
presence. It's
That's the
yeah.
Yeah.
That is the sexiest thing in a man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's fire.
Yeah.
So what would be the equivalent to BDE?
in a woman?
Yeah, would it be type or no, it's WAP.
You said
huh?
TPE.
WAP energy. WAP energy. What's that? She over there. She got that WAP.
Strong.
Okay, that's funny. WAP or type? Type WAP.
TPE.
TPE. Type.
She got that TPE over there.
Yeah, what's that? Type?
Type.
Yeah. Or is it WAP? Wet?
I don't know. What
We're
would
gonna
it
coin
be?
it.
I don't know.
We're gonna figure this out.
We're gonna figure it out. Yeah.
Because there should be an equivalent
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what would
for
that
the
be?
femininity.
What would it be? What would that look like? And what is it? What do you think it is?
For the woman,
Yeah, for a woman.
I think it would be the same thing in reverse, where it's
In
just
reverse.
like there's a confidence about you. You're not loud.
Yeah.
You're
owning of the room.
You're owning. Yeah, you can just own any room you walk in. Your
Strong
energy
pussy
is felt.
energy.
Yeah, TPE
or
or
type
SPE.
pussy. Type strong.
Strong
TTP.
pussy energy.
Will someone help us?
We gotta figure this out. All right, guys.
From the top, make it drop.
Wet ass pussy.
Get a bucket,
And a mop
For this wet ass pussy.
from the.
I don't know the rest, but wop, wop, wop.
What is that how that goes?
I don't know. Whoppity
Okay,
wop.
you guys can't be
Whoppity
bringing these
wop,
songs
wop,
up.
whoppity wop.
Whoppity
Whoppity wop, wop, whoppity wop. Hey, whoppity wop, wop, whoppity wop.
Whoopity wop, drip, drip, drop.
Drippity drip drop, a whoppity wop. Whoppity
Bibbidi
wop.
Bibbidi boop, pop, a whoppity wop. Drip, drip, drop, drip, 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 drip,
Wet ass pussy. I got it, and so do you.
All right, guys, that was a great episode. I think we touched on some great things, some great topics. I feel like we impacted some people today.
I
with
think
this
so too.
This conversation. So
Yeah, y'all impacted me, so thank you. Love y'all. Bye.
Love y'all.